touch on the ball that you're referencing, Michael, doesn't negate the possible award of a penalty. We've seen other examples of where the ball might touch a player, touch a defender, there's still heavy contact on the follow-through, and it's a penalty.
Brian Mbeumo was your central striker in your first 3 games. It's worked because he scored the opening goal in the first 2 games, but you did have other options there in terms of Cunha and Sesko also, and notoriously he's been more of a right winger. So what was it that you saw in him to put him as your centre forward?
I think he's got an eye for goals, Brian. He's got his movement's really good. His combination play as well as the threat in behind. I think it was just a really good mix for the first 2 games and carried it on a little bit today. So it's we got options and it's great to have options and the flexibility to even cross the front line for similar players to play in, but actually it can look different as well in terms of how we want to attack. So yeah, he's done fantastic. I think him and Bruno have had a really good link up, and obviously the goals have had a big impact for us.
To play these teams and you question their attitude, I think it's a style. In terms of when you think of the last few managers, they've had great success in terms of counter-attacking football. So the 2 games that they've just had plays into that, and that's what Manchester United did. You mentioned that, you know, they ceded possession to Arsenal, and sometimes it's not a decision that you make. It's just that they've got better players, they're a better team, so they're going to be in possession more, maybe at Manchester City and at Arsenal. But this will be a game where Manchester United expect to be on the ball and take the game to the opposition. And can they break down that low block? And it's not just Manchester United have had problems with that. Arsenal, at times the best team in the league, have problems with that. Liverpool, with Arne Slot, keeps mentioning low blocks as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they sort of get around that, because it will be a completely different game today. I wouldn't.
Manchester United were left furious at Old Trafford after a hugely controversial refereeing decision denied Matheus Cunha what appeared to be a clear-cut penalty against Fulham, in an incident that has reignited the Premier League's ongoing debate over VAR and officiating standards. Midway through the contest, Cunha drove into the Fulham penalty area and appeared to be brought down under heavy contact. The Old Trafford crowd immediately appealed, convinced a spot kick was inevitable. Instead, the referee waved play on, and the sense of injustice only grew when VAR conducted a brief review and astonishingly chose not to intervene. Replays quickly circulated on stadium screens and across social media, showing obvious contact inside the box, the kind of challenge that has regularly been punished elsewhere this season. United players reacted with disbelief, while the home supporters responded with loud boos, their frustration echoing around a theatre of dreams. The decision proved pivotal. United's momentum was visibly affected, while Fulham gained renewed belief, shifting the balance of the match. What should have been a golden opportunity for United to take control instead became another flashpoint in a season marked by contentious officiating decisions. Supporters were quick to point out that this was not an isolated incident. Many feel United have been repeatedly on the wrong end of major calls, particularly in high-pressure moments. Former players and pundits joined the debate, questioning how VAR, designed to correct clear and obvious errors, failed to act on what appeared to be a textbook penalty situation. As the final whistle approached, the anger had not subsided. Social media platforms were flooded with clips, analysis, and heated discussion, with hashtags calling out VAR and referee accountability trending rapidly. For many, this moment will stand as another defining example of VAR's inconsistency and its damaging impact on trust in Premier League officiating. Until clearer standards and greater transparency are introduced, incidents like this will continue to overshadow the football itself, and for Manchester United, this controversial call may linger as a costly and unforgettable injustice on home soil.